Hi everyone, it's Leslie. Happy Sunday. I just sent my boys on a quick errand. They are going to get bread for tomorrow for camp to make Connor some lunches. And I was upstairs washing my face, getting ready to put some makeup on. Scott and I are going to see some live music. This afternoon we've got a babysitter coming for Connor, and I thought I really wanted to chat. So I'm going to chat with you guys, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've been going through, and hopefully you guys can relate. But I'm going to put makeup on while I do it because I like to put my makeup on and talk to you guys. So you saw the title of this. Hi Kalina. You saw the title of this was Desire. And I admit fully right now I feel disconnected. I feel disconnected from the world. I feel disconnected with all the stuff that's going on in the world, in our world. I feel disconnected from myself, and I have just kind of felt off. So those gals, those of you gals that are on our team, on our unique team, probably have seen me being a little bit quiet, a little bit missing in action, not so active. So I want to talk to you guys. How many of you feel this way? How many of you feel like I do right now? Disconnected and just not yourself, right? I do. I feel extremely disconnected. I think that for me, it's a lot to do with world events, but it also has a lot to do with not the lies we tell ourselves, but kind of like the secrets we keep from ourselves. I find that it's really easy to kind of put on a good face, right? Make sure everyone sees that you're happy. Make sure everyone sees that you're good. And then we feel inauthentic. We feel stuck in this body that doesn't feel like us. And forgive me, you guys, for being a little bit esoteric and a little bit woo-woo and a little bit crazy, but I see you guys are like, you feel this same way. For me, personally, it has a lot to do with the fact that as a wife and a mom, the majority of what I do feels like it's for other people, right? Not that that's bad, and not that I'm complaining about that, but it feels like the majority of my life is spent with doing everything for other people. And I feel like I have kind of lost my self. I'm a whole person. I was a person the moment I was born into this world, right? I was a person before I met my husband. I was a person before I had my child. I was a person before. I was a person before. I was a person before. But am I a person now? And I'm finding that I feel like I'm kind of not, and it's crazy. But, oh, Hillary, okay. Hi, Tracy. So here's what happened. A little bit of bronzer. Makes me feel better. Here's what happened. I signed up to go to see this live show. It wasn't really a show. It was a talk, more or less. The gal's name is Danielle Laporte, and she wrote the Firestarter series, and she also wrote a book called The Desire map. And that's why I titled this live video Desire. And it really sparked something in me. I had never read her book. I had heard of it before, but I had never really tried to read it. Before I started doing this, before I started doing Younique, to me, all those gals saying, oh, personal development, read this book, felt really weird, felt really strange. It felt scary. Like if I actually read these books and actually had to confront the things in me I was unhappy with, that everything I had kind of pieced together with this fake glue would fall apart, right? I would discover things that I was not happy with and that I would have to face. And I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. I didn't want to turn around and say, oh my gosh, everything I've been doing so far has been inauthentic, not true, not what I... Okay guys, so Facebook Live obviously hates me, and I am going to just record the rest of this on video and post it. So for those of you guys that were watching, I hope that you find this and you can continue. So I don't even know where I left off, but I didn't want to confront all of these things, right? All of these things that were ultimately maybe going to tell me that I had been doing things wrong. One of my big fears is being wrong. I fully admit that. I do not care to be wrong. So when people were telling me, oh, read this, read that, read this, read that, all I could think of was, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that. I'm good. I got this, right? And when I went into Younique, one of the things that all the leaders talked about more often than anything else was this idea of personal development, and how personal development really led their business, right? It really changed their business. So I thought I would listen to the leaders because they were leaders for a reason. And I trusted the gals that I knew in this company. And so I started reading. I started reading personal development books. And most of them kind of told me what I already knew, like what I already felt, like what I already knew to be true. But when I went to Danielle Laporte's talk and I bought her book before, I hadn't read it yet, but I had, I signed up to go, and I chose the option of go plus get the book, right? So I was like, okay, I'll go and I'll get the book and I'll watch her. And I watched her and I thought she was talking about things a little bit differently. You know, a lot of times when you read these books about personal development or getting more out of your life, it's almost like this idea of fake it till you make it, right? And that never sat well with me, that whole idea of fake it till you make it. Because I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be, kind of feels like lying to me. Does anybody feel that? It kind of feels like lying. Fake it till you make it. Well, you know what? I don't want to give the impression that anything worth doing is easy, right? Or that you have to be someone you're not in order to prove to other people that you are worthy. So that whole idea of kind of saying, like waking up and saying, you know, I'm amazing, I'm awesome. Like, I get that. Like, I get where that's needed. I get feeling like, okay, that can kind of catapult you and kind of make you, you know, like you are what you think, you are what you eat, you are what you believe, like that whole idea. But what Danielle was talking about was different. And it felt like something I could get behind. And here's what she was talking about. She was talking about desire. She was talking about why we do things is because we want to feel a certain way, right? It's not about proving to somebody. It's not about being better. It's not about psyching yourself up. It's not about any of those things. It's about how you feel. And I thought to myself, I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel, and I don't know how I want to feel. And then I thought to myself, well, that's a problem, right? That's a problem. That is a big problem. So if you ask yourselves, those of you that are still here, sticking around watching the video replay, if you ask yourselves, how do I want to feel in my life? And you don't know, you have to get this book. You have to get this book. If you ask yourself, how do I want to feel in my life? And your answer is happy. I want to feel happy. You have to get this book. If you ask yourself, how do I want to feel in my life? And it makes your stomach hurt because you're nervous and you don't want to talk about it, get this book. So it's a book and it's also a workbook. And I just felt compelled to talk to you guys because I have been feeling like I'm lost. Like, I know that I have an amazing husband who I love and who loves me more than anything. And I know I have a beautiful son who I would do anything for. Okay? And I know that I am privileged, and I know that I am happy. But other than that, there's a lot about me I don't know. And I'm 43 years old, and it's time. So when going through this book, I'm looking at stuff like words that stand out to me, words, things that I want to feel. And I'm seeing themes pop up. And a lot of them don't fit my current life. And that is scary, but it's also really freeing and really exhilarating. And I won't share all my words with you guys, but freedom keeps coming up for me. And travel. And peace. And calmness. And open space. So if you guys know me, those of you that are watching that know me, you know I live in Los Angeles. Not a lot of open space. Not a lot of peace. Not a lot of tranquility here. It's eye-opening when you let yourself think of how you want to feel and it doesn't fit with where you are It's fascinating. So I encourage you guys to get this book, first of all, to get this book and to take a look at yourself. Because I know, ladies, I know there's probably mostly women watching this. Ladies, you are an individual whole person, okay? Aside from your significant other, aside from your child, aside from your job, aside from what society says you are, okay? You are a whole individual person that deserves to feel what you intuitively want to feel. And if you don't know how you want to feel, you can find out. It's in there. It's in your core. It's in your soul or your spirit or however you want to describe it. But you can find it. And if you can find it, you can change. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Hope this wasn't too wacky. I'll talk to you all later.